Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen. You can call me this guy if that's tricky to pronounce. It's good to have you along. Today I'm taking a look at the top 5 traits of a truly great guitar player. Things that you and me and everyone should improve. So, be right back after this intro. Okay, so welcome back. Like I said, today I'm taking a look at the top 5 traits of a truly great guitar player and what you should improve. Now I know there might be other traits that you think are more important, and you might be right. These are just 5 that I happen to think are extremely important. Doesn't mean that every truly great guitar player has equal amounts of these traits, but they are generally very good things to have in order. So let's start with the first one, and that's bends. I know jazz guitar players don't have their bends in order most of the time. Classical guitar players, same thing. But I'm talking about rock, blues, metal and all these types of guitar players here. And bends are absolutely essential. It's what differentiates guitar players from piano players, for instance. We can bend a note. And we can also add vibrato to the note, vibrato, because it's such a great thing with vibrato. So, bends are definitely something you should get in order. Now, it's not just a technical thing, it's also to do with you have to play with your ears. Ow! Yes, in a way you have to bend with your ears, play with your ears, you have to trust your ears. And it's also a technical thing. I know different guitar players do it differently. The way I do it is basically like a door hinge type motion, where this part of the hand is anchored here, and that's the long and short of it. I have a more detailed explanation of how I do it in my Guitar Academy. You can find the link below. But you definitely want to have your bends in order if you want to be a truly top-class guitar player. Yngwie Malmsteen has that, Steve Vai has that, all the great blues people have that, and just even slide people play like it's all bends. So bends really are the thing. That's number 1 on my list, and these are in no particular order. Number 2, related to bends, play with your ears, I said. Number 2 is ears. Your hearing, your sense of pitch. You need to have a good sense of pitch. Now, how do you develop your sense of pitch? Well, transcribing is one great way. You don't have to actually sit down and write the thing you're transcribing on paper, but I recommend you ditch tab, you ditch sheet music, because while that stuff is great, especially if you're in a hurry or if it's something terribly difficult to pick up, transcribing is absolutely great for your ears. Another way is to sing what you're playing, so you can play something and then sing it, or you can sing something and then play it, or try to sing and play simultaneously. Now those are just 2 ways that you can do that. Why is sense of pitch so important? Well, because when you play out of tune, it hurts the soul of an angel. Well, something like that. It hurts my ears, at least, when people play out of tune. There's few things I can think of in music that are worse than a really soulful thing where someone is supposed to bend to here, and they do something like this. It sounds terrible. Okay, I can think of a few things that are worse. They mostly have to do with auto-tune. But still, get your sense of pitch, relative pitch, in order. Number 3, phrasing. Somewhat of an abstract concept, but basically, especially if you're improvising, you don't want to kind of have one phrase and then a pause where you think, what am I going to do next? And then you have the next phrase, something like this. So that's one part of phrasing. Connect your phrases or at least that's the way I think about it. One other part of that is actually phrasing so that you get the emotion, that you connect your emotional whatever it is to the backing that you're playing over, regardless of if it's a band or if it's a backing track or whatever. Phrasing well is such a powerful tool. Now, if you want examples of that, someone like Jeff Beck, his phrasing is so out of this world, it's insane. Just listen to how he plays the song Nessun Dorma on Emotion and Commotion. The first time I heard it, basically, yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I actually cried a bit. It was that beautiful, and it's down to phrasing. You get the exact bend, so it's not just... You have all those options of... And just the right amount of vibrato and that kind of stuff. So phrasing, definitely something that you should improve. Okay, so the last two ones are slightly different. Number 4 is focus on your strengths. That's not to say that you shouldn't improve on what are your weaknesses. So if your rhythm playing isn't good, you should improve on your rhythm playing. But focusing on your strengths it's extremely important, because when you focus on your strengths, you'll advance quicker because you'll enjoy it more. And enjoying it more will mean that you play more, which in turn will make you progress faster. Again, you'll get enthusiasm and it'll be easier to maintain momentum and maybe even develop a passion for the instrument. So it's no use for you, if you're a metal player who doesn't need sight reading, to concentrate on sight reading. You might want to learn the basics of sight reading, but maybe what you should be doing is developing whatever it is within metal that you want to develop. So if it's tapping, you want to develop crazy tapping stuff, do that. There's nothing wrong with focusing on your strengths. And don't take it from me. Steve Vai said this on a couple of occasions, and he turned out quite well. So focusing on your strengths, I think, is extremely important. Besides, we all have more weaknesses than we have strengths, and we can't become all-round great guitar players. Even all-round guitar players are not great guitar players. There might be an exception to the rule, of course, but if someone knows everything, they won't be. It's kind of jack of all trades, master of none type of thing. So focus on your strengths. Number 5. 5. Yes, I can count that far despite being a rock musician. Get your mental side together. I have a whole series on the mental side of playing, or the psychology of playing. I think it's called the series. So what can this be? It can be, you must have goals. You need to enjoy the journey. You need to be able to take criticism and recognize when it's valid criticism and so on. And there is a whole bunch of that stuff. Don't give up. That's one of the most crucial ones or crucial aspects of the mental side, because there are going to be people who are going to push you down, and you might become depressed if you don't learn a thing, and you might just kind of want to quit. You might become depressed when you hear someone who's better than you. Don't give up. It'll come. You'll get there if you just persevere. If you bang your head against the wall long enough, the wall will give up or give in or something. Yeah. So, but the mental side is so important, and it's kind of all of it is linked. So if you have your goals set and you enjoy the journey, you manage to break the goals down into small bits, you enjoy what you're doing and are not concentrating on the goal. The goal is kind of in the background to give you a direction, and you don't give up easily, you don't become depressed too easily. That will all work in your favor. And if you focus on your strengths, you will have more fun and so on. So that's what I think are 5 traits that great top guitar players have in common. They've mostly focused on their strengths. Their mental side it's together, and they have these technical things that are working for them. It doesn't, I mean, there are different things. Of course, you could have speed, you could have sheer technical ability, you could have incredible sight reading. These are all also valid traits for great guitar players. These just happen to be my top 5. So let me know in the comments which ones you would add, and if you disagree with any, because basically this is mostly a conversation piece, this video. So I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Like I said, comment, let me know, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification thing and support me on Patreon, because it helps me make more of these videos and you get a bunch of exclusives. If you want free music, there's a link to my website below where you can get free music. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked the video. I hope to see you in another one. Take care. Goodbye. La 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 la